In this video, we'll solve the equation absolute value of x plus y plus absolute value of x minus y equals xy for real values. So let's look at the absolute value of r, where r is a real number. So this will be, as you know, r, if r is non-negative, so r is bigger than or equal to 0, and is equal to negative r if r is negative. An example of this, so the absolute value of any positive number is itself. The absolute value of negative 5, for example, will be negative, because negative 5 is negative, obviously, times negative 5. So negative 1 times negative 5, which is 5. So that's what we know. We also know the absolute value of r is bigger than or equal to 0 for r being real. So I rewrote the equation. Using that, we know that this is bigger than or equal to 0. This is bigger than or equal to 0. It means that this is bigger than or equal to 0. Okay, that's good. So knowing this, let's look at the case where xy equals 0. This will say that x equals 0 or y equals 0. Okay? So x equals 0, what will this give us? This will give us absolute value of y, plugging this into the original, plus absolute value of 0 minus y, which is negative y, but negative y in the absolute value is just absolute value of y, equals x times 0 times y is 0. This means that y equals 0. And if you do the same thing, you'll get that x equals 0. So x equals y equals 0 is a solution. So now we're going to look at the case where xy is bigger than 0. Okay, so this is only true if x and y are bigger than 0, both of them, or both of them are less than 0. So look at those two subcases. So we have x and y are bigger than 0. So the absolute value of x plus y is x plus y because they're both positive. And the absolute value of x minus y stays the same. So this will be x plus y plus the absolute value of x minus y equals xy. Okay, so now we have two subcases. So x being bigger than or equal to y, and x is less than y. That's the other subcase. So we have x plus y plus the absolute value of x minus y, because x minus y is bigger than or equal to 0. This is just x minus y equals xy. Y and negative y will cancel, leaving us with 2x equals xy. Because x and y are both bigger than 0, it's not equal to 0, so we can cancel out the x, which means that y equals 2. And solving for x, you know that x is bigger than or equal to y, so x is bigger than or equal to 2. That's that solution of the subcase. So the second subcase is that x is less than y. Okay, so we have x plus y plus, so absolute value of x minus y, you switch the sign as we saw before of the inside, so this will just be y minus x equals xy. Okay, x and negative x will cancel, leaving us with y plus y, which is obviously 2y equals xy. Because y is bigger than 0, you can divide by this, leaving us with x equals 2. And also we know that x less than y means that y is bigger than x. So that's our subcase. So that means that y is bigger than x, which is 2. So that is another solution. So now let's look at the other case where x and y are both less than 0. Now if you add up x and y, you get that absolute value of x plus y. The inside will be negative, so this will just be negative x minus y. Okay, so we have negative x minus y plus the absolute value of x minus y. We still don't know yet if x is bigger than or equal to y, so that's why we have extra subcases. That's equal to x times y. So our subcase will be x bigger than or equal to y, like we said before. This will be minus x minus y plus x minus y equals xy, and this is from the parentheses are from the absolute value. Things will cancel, leaving us with negative 2y equals xy. You can divide by y because it's not equal to 0, so x equals negative 2, right? And y, from this, y is less than or equal to x, so y is less than or equal to negative 2. So that is our other solution. So our last solution is the subcase where x is less than y, and we know x and y are less than 0. Okay, so we have negative x minus y plus, again, this turns into y minus x because it's less than 0, equals x times y. Things will cancel, negative y and y, you get negative 2x equals xy. X is not equal to 0, leaving us y equals negative 2. we know that x is less than y, which is negative 2. So we get x is less than negative 2 and y equals negative 2. So that is our last solution. Okay. So we started with x equals 0, x equals y equals 0. We also have, let's look back. Okay, we have that solution. We have x is bigger than or equal to 2 and y equals 2. Okay, that's our next solution. We have x equals 2 and y is bigger than 2, right? And our last two solutions is x equals negative 2, y is less than or equal to negative 2, okay? And our final solution is x is less than negative 2, and y equals negative 2. Okay, and that is all the real solutions for this question, and that's the end of the video. Hope you liked it.